All right, so we're here in the shop. Last night we pulled the transmission out of the Buggy because we burned it up at Clayton again. So we decided, since we were in the shop, we got the transmission pulled out last night, we would go ahead and cut the tires. These are 50-inch megas, and we started last night on this one, and you can see we got a little carried away. We were using a chainsaw, made an oily mess, rubber and oil all over the Buggy, all over the floor. And so today we decided that we'd start on this one with a Sawzall. So we'll show you how we're doing it here on this one up here, on a couple. So we're taking the front edge off, and we're just using the Sawzall, just leaving a little bit of the notch on this side of the V. And then we come back with a pair of pliers and peel this over and give it another divide. Peeling the rubber up keeps the vibrating cutter from getting bogged up in the rubber. If I don't do it, and he tries to cut it, doesn't want to cut, it gets a lot hotter. Just pulling it up stresses that rubber, and then it's easy to separate it off of there. And I'll set it up on a time lapse, and we'll go from there, and we'll show you what we're doing. Okay, so here the reason why we cut the tires is because you see how little this gap is, and that's when it's on the round. So when it flattens out, when it's against the ground, these two lugs are almost touching, whereas over here, when this flattens out, these two lugs are still going to be probably 2 fingers width, probably a full inch apart, even when it's flattened out on the ground. We run low pressure all the time. I run these usually 4 or 5 psi, and it causes it to flatten out, give you a good contact patch on the ground, but it also closes that tread up. So we're cutting it, so then we'll have a bigger gap between all the lugs, hopefully give you another cutting edge to dig into the rocks or dirt, whatever it may be. So we got the last tire done here. We don't worry a whole lot about this in here not being completely flush with the carcass there, or even these little nicks where we've hit it with a Sawzall. The rocks are going to chew that up, and that right there isn't going to touch for a long time. This tread's almost 2 inches deep. These tires are pretty new still. And if you're wondering how much rubber comes off of them when you cut them like that, this here is a 5-gallon bucket from all 4 tires, overflowing a little bit extra. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more car fabrication or off-roading content. The page is F2 Fab.